We're here, I promise. It's loading slowly for whatever reason. I don't know, things happen. Anyway, we're having technical difficulties. Aiden is not here yet. Cassie is not with us, but we're going to press on anyway. So, hi, I'm Lizzie. This is Endless Night Gaming, a mostly feminine channel. And we're playing Spelljammer Original Campaign by my good friend Amy. So I'm going to throw it on over to you, my friend. Please take it away.
All right, welcome to episode 4. Amid giant crystalline vines, the Moon Dancer sails toward wild space. The ship's captain, Elena Sartell, confers with Flapjack, the vessel's spelljamming pilot, as to the destination. Since her crew fell to the earthquakes and the astral blights devastating the planet below, you find yourselves the most experienced crew members on board. Following a conversation with the captain, Thessa has been appointed first mate. Deshant has helped get the cargo stowed and balanced. Lunadora has checked the rigging. Tholine has saved refugees by helping them find their way below deck. Rogast sought the kitchen, and Ava found the stern and a view of the moon before the moon dancer entered wild space. And now, as Ava crouches down to place the sparkling potion she just bottled into the case, a mirror of fate rises from the deck behind her and begins to grow. Just as she tucks the case away and prepares to rise, the mirror surface splits as it tumbles forward, covering Ava completely before disappearing into the boards and leaving the deck empty behind it. Deshand, cargo dealt with, you can no longer avoid taking a moment to breathe. As you do, your eyes are drawn to the crystalline vines reaching toward wild space and toward you. At that thought, you begin to shake. Your chest tightens until you feel like you can't breathe. Make me a constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, straight out the gate, Amy's not playing tonight. First roll of the game.
8. Ah. The memory floods your mind in a rush of images. You're carried in your father's arms. You can feel the ground shake and see the vines.
Hold on. Hold on a sec. Alex is not on the screen and nobody can hear him.
I've just fixed it.
Okay.
Sorry, I was having technical difficulty. We're getting there, I promise. Please, onward.
You can feel the ground shake and see the vines. The horrible, horrible crystals break the surface and begin their fractal journey toward the clouds. As your parents flee with you in their arms, you see your cousin clutched in the branches of an astral blight. You watch her go limp. You experience the emotions of that day in a rush of a moment before your training kicks in and your body begins to regulate. Your heartbeat slows and air again flows to your lungs. You're crouching on the deck with your back to the guardrail, hands raised defensively but ineffectually against your internal enemy. Thessa, having assigned duties to the semi-experienced sailors Captain Sartell had discovered among the refugees, you've gone in search of Deshand. You find him, crouched with his back to the guardrail near the prow on the starboard side.
What are you doing?
What the? Oh, okay. It's
It's me. Hi.
just you.
Yeah,
Hi.
just me. That's not something that I hear often.
Sorry. I just uh took an impromptu trip down memory lane that I
Oh,
wasn't even sure I remembered the streets of. Um,
why?
Ah, I don't know, but I do know that those thorns are bad news. I I swear I remember them.
I'm gonna sit down next to him. Hey, we don't go backwards.
That's what I thought too.
Forwards. Always forwards.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I
Yeah?
just was not prepared for that. It's been a while since I've seen any of that.
You wanna talk
Any
about
of
it?
the I don't even know if I can.
What was it?
I can tell you what I saw, but I
Yeah.
don't even know, what is memory, what is artifice. It's been a long time since I saw any of the rest of my family.
You and me both, pal.
Just saw one of them again, crushed to death in the grip of one of these vines.
That's not good, huh?
In all honesty, if I remembered them better, it would hurt worse, but it's still not great.
Yeah.
But at least it's not you.
I'm not going anywhere. Good luck getting rid of me.
Yeah, thank goodness.
And neither are you. Get up, we got shit to punch.
Oh, well, do we? I mean, all right,
Come on.
that's what you want.
You wanna have a good fight on the deck?
I mean,
Come on.
is who's gonna do it? Because let's be honest. I mean, I don't want to fight you, and I
Oh,
don't
come
know.
on. You afraid I kick your ass?
No,
Mm-hmm.
well, you know.
You should be.
Ah,
Get up. We got things to do. We're not looking back today.
yes,
All right, let's cut that scene there for a moment and let's go to Tholene, who, with the refugees settled below, you made your way to the prow of the Moon Dancer, and you're observing the vines from the port side. You desire to sample, but Flapjack kept the ship too far away from the vines for you to reach them. Still, you thought of another way to have a piece of it. You feel inspired by the day's events, so begin to compose a new piece yourself. The phrase, the dance of the crystal vines, bounces around in your brain as you begin to move along with the music in your head, taking advantage of the moment to lose yourself in inspiration.
Celine does like a ballet sort of thing on the ship deck, twirling around and shooting her legs up as high as they would go, lost in the music.
Lunadora, having checked the rigging and assured yourself all is secure, you've left a refugee sailor in the crow's nest to keep watch as you descend to the deck for a much needed short rest. You see Tholene on the port side of the prow, twisting her form into strange shapes for a new piece. She seems unaware that Thessa and Deshond are also on the prow, looking a little bit like they're thinking of fighting each other.
Um, I'll scramble down the rigging, getting towards the bottommost netting, grabbing them with my feet, and just sort of like hanging upside down, watching Celine and applaud. Fantastic! Unbelievable. You are so talented, my dear. I
Celine
am
comes out of her reverie. Oh, I didn't know anyone was watching. I just made up a song in my head
I
about
am
these beautiful minds.
I am always watching you. It is fine.
Oh,
Is this. I don't think this planet has very much longer to live for, but it is beautiful nonetheless, is it not?
definitely. These vines are just, I don't know why, I can't stop thinking about them and I want to reach out and grab a piece or two. But this damned flapjack keeps us away from it. I can't seem to reach.
Considering how fast they grow, that might not be a terrible problem, my dear. We will maybe we'll come back once they're all done their thing and grown as far as they'll grow.
Yeah.
But keeping our distance is probably a good idea. Some
Hmm.
things are better seen from afar.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, wouldn't want them to cover the ship. If I get a little piece and the next day the whole ship is covered in vines.
this is one
You're
serious
probably right.
start to an adventure.
Hmm. That is true.
And look at what do you think those two are doing over there? You think they're having an
A
argument?
weird little dance that I've never seen before.
I like slug him on the shoulder.
Oof, violent.
Maybe that is how they flirt.
I will
Yeah.
react appropriately to the blow.
It wasn't a serious one.
You never know. Some people have very strange customs.
Hmm. Do like watching other people flirt.
Eh, it's an art form.
Hmm.
I have to be sure that Sean reacted to that remark about flirting.
I don't know. Did I actually hear it?
Did we hear it?
Oh yeah.
Lunadora is
That was
loud. I am sure you heard it.
that was an immediate
Yeah.
like hands down, step away. Like
Aw.
I whirl around. What did you say?
I'm like up on the balustrade, like looking out at the stars. Huh?
I just said that we are appreciating your dramatic
Are
level of
what?
flirting.
Absolutely not. Listen, I have known that kid since he was a kid,
Yeah.
Oh.
a child.
Hmm.
Well,
That makes it icky what we were thinking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, you need
My
to watch your mouth
apologies.
around him.
Yeah.
So, where is the captain?
You have something to say to the captain?
Yeah, I was just curious what our destination is now that we are off planet and have we seen her anywhere? Usually the captain or at least the first mate's on the board.
The first
yelling
mate
orders.
is on board.
Then why are you not yelling orders?
Do you see anything that needs to be yelled? Real leadership handles things quietly, confidently. We don't need to yell.
Well, that would be very different than many ships I've been on.
Yeah.
First mates usually love to hear their own voice.
Learn the new way.
Now that is definitely flirting, and I want to be a part of it. Don't flirt without me.
Now we're talking, and I'll give you a wink.
Tolene just blushes a little. Oh my god.
If Lunadora is truly interested in speaking with the captain is below deck, conferring with the spelljamming pilot, which Thessa would know.
And we'll tell you.
Otherwise, you all have time to complete a short rest.
Yeah.
You would
Lovely.
like to sit here on the prow and take a moment to get to know each other as you were.
Yeah.
Breathe deeply from the earlier events. And we will, if you are, do you have a conversation you'd like to have during that rest, or shall we fast forward? Fast forward it is. Right through that.
I'll definitely call Dash back down to us, though, once I'm like, they were kidding. Couldn't.
I will also apologize to Dash.
Yeah,
I,
he
I,
needs to.
We
I'm,
need to
I
make him
know. I
comfortable.
mean,
I'm sorry.
it was obviously. I mean,
Yeah. Why are you
I would.
acting weird? Sit down.
You told me to. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And I'll just plop down right where I'm at.
As you finish your short rest, a call from the crow's nest brings Captain Sartell on deck. Another vessel has come into sight through the clouds of wild space. It approaches rapidly from astern. So, repositioning yourselves to the stern so you can get a clear view of pursuit, you can see a craft shaped like a moth with wings made of iridescent crystal, similar in color and luster to the crystalline vines devastating the world you just fled. You can see figures on the deck working to arm the ship's mangonel. Astral elves, snaps Elena Martell with a sharp look at Tholine. And they don't look friendly. Best ready yourselves for a fight. Bring you all to.
Now, let's not be racist. Not all astral elves are, a threat to people.
We really think it's going to come to that.
But
Well,
we tread carefully, I guess.
the captain waves toward the ship. You can see they're working to load the ship's mangonel right now. That's
Oh,
not.
is that what it is? Should I try contacting them as a fellow astral elf? See if they'll
Hey,
calm
that's
down.
not a bad idea.
Should I use? How do I like? Can I
You
shout across? Are they close enough?
you have a way to speak to them from 1,000 feet away.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. Okay, so if you don't, then here's what Captain Sartell is suggesting. We'll be in range of that mangonel when we hit about 500, when they get about 500 feet away from us. And they're faster than we are, so we can't outrun them.
Hmm.
As soon
What?
as we're in range, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Say, what weapons do we have on this ship?
We got a couple of ballista, but we don't have enough crew trained to use them.
Looks
We
over.
can use them.
Yeah, look over at Deshaun. Um, Surely you have enough experience to help me use at least one. I mean, it takes 2 people per ballista.
Of course he does.
I mean, if you need a loader, I could certainly do that for you.
Our ballistas take 3 people.
Ah, they have
Oh, I
people.
can help. It can't be that hard. I'll do it.
We'll put you on the crank.
But I'm just saying, let's not be hasty. See if they're,
Yeah.
if they let them
I'd prefer
make
if
the
it didn't
first
come
attack.
to that. They've got us
Yeah,
outgunned, outmanned,
true.
outnumbered, outplanned.
Suggested strategy. My thoughts are as soon as we're within mangonel range, we turn about and we close fast to minimize their chances to shoot at us. As soon as they're close enough for boarding, I'll fight with you, but I'm expecting, after what I saw in the dock, for you guys to take responsibility for keeping these refugees safe.
I have an idea. If you are interested, that might keep the ship safe for a little longer.
What you got?
I can. Well, I have in my repertoire a companion that I can summon. Perhaps Tholina and I can go to shouting distance to see if we can talk to them. We're too small to be hit by a mangonel, and we're fast enough to get back to the ship if things go badly.
I also just learned a new dance. I could dance at them.
I don't
That'll
think
be
you
sure
can
to
dance
charm
on the
them.
back of
Does
the
that
mount.
work?
It does. It's very charming.
I mean, I can see
But
that. Yeah.
but the two of us might at least be able to find out whether or not they're really truly unfriendly. If they attack at
Yeah,
us, you know to move quickly.
agreed.
They are
Captain, your
closing.
boat.
They are closing fast.
Well,
You can do whatever you want. I'm gonna turn and head their direction quickly.
okay.
Whatever strategies you guys want, those are on you. I gotta go get Flapjack instruction.
Um,
We've got it,
Same.
Captain. Go.
yeah.
All right.
Uh, Lunadora will let out a sharp whistle and use her summon mount ability, and a gorgeous purple and green manta ray appears next to her, big enough for basically two people to ride upon. And she jumps up, reaches down a hand, and pulls Celine up, and she says, "Hopefully, this will go well. If not, well, come get us." And she proceeds to tap it on its head and make it fly towards the ship.
Woohoo.
Okay.
I'll look at this and say, well, I guess we won't be firing any.
We might. We
Let,
might
let,
be.
uh,
Maybe want to have one ready just in case. Three of us. Come on. Let's get this thing set up. We'll do the thing. But you.
Good. All right. So let's go ahead then for the moment and go with Tholine and Lunadora, who will arrive at the Star Moth before the ships close quickly enough for boarding by a couple of rounds.
Lunadora will call out, "Hail the ship!"
You, you, you see somebody with a spyglass,
And she'll lean
and then
aside so they can see
you're just
Celine.
waved
Oh,
in,
Okay.
wave.
just
Yeah.
waved in.
Okay. We'll go closer. Not
You're
going to get on the ship, but
You're waved to land. They are indicating for you to land.
oh, you sure about this?
It's an adventure.
No, let's do it. And yeah, so we'll land upon the deck.
Colleen will shout out, "Hello, my people! I'm one of you. I come in peace.
Uh,
What's cooking?"
a tall elf steps forward. Astral elf steps forward to respond to you and says, "Of course, you're one of us, intended.
Um,
What are
well,
you doing here? You should not be here, intended."
my name is Toleen. I don't know who this intended person is, but we've just come to ask you not to shoot at our ship because, you know, you're astral elves, I'm an astral elf,
I would
friends.
never presume to address you by your first name, intended. The air would have
But
my head.
intended isn't one of my names, though.
It is your title.
Oh. Oh. Are
You should
you,
come with us,
are
intended.
you, do you know my dad?
Not personally.
Hmm. Are you from the land of my dad? I have such bad memories of the place. I'm sorry, I've just kind of blocked it all off. I've forgotten so much of my past. But I kind of remember my dad ruled over something. And are you from that place?
Intended. Of course I am from your home system.
Please, please don't call me that. Intended. Weird, weird word. Don't use that, please.
I'm required to refer to you by your title, Intended.
Well, I'm giving you the permission to call me Tholene. Everyone calls me Tholene.
I could not do so. It is unacceptable. The heir would have my head.
Well, if I'm the intended, when I get to that spot, I will forgive you and not
Lun-
let anyone have your head.
Lunadora looks over at Delane and gives her a deep bow, and he says, "My lady, may I have the opportunity to explain for us, please?"
Oh, yes, please.
Of course. She'll give a bow to the elf and she'll say hello. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My lady here was just hoping that your intentions for the ship are not ones of assault. For we are traveling to the Rock of Brawl, and we wouldn't want to damage our ship on the way, of course.
We appreciate your assistance in returning the Intended to us, and you will be rewarded for your service by the Emperor.
Oh, I'm not
These
staying
words
here.
aside, we must conclude our business with the ship. As long as they surrender, no one will be harmed.
We're not surrendering. We're asking, we're offering friendship. That's not surrendering. We're on equal footing here. And also, I'm not going to be staying here. My friends are back on that ship. So I'll see you.
The
Oh,
Bye.
captain indicates to
And we just were-
lieutenants, please ensure that no harm comes to the Intended.
I am perfectly capable of taking care of myself. Don't
Talene,
touch me.
Talene, get back on the mount now.
I climb on the mount.
Yeah, Lunadora is scrambling up on the mount too. Biggest apologies. We'll see you on the other ship. And takes off as quickly as she can.
Oof, that was weird. What was that about? Intended? Ugh.
That was the hastiest of exits.
That was a hasty exit indeed. We should start getting weapons ready. Oh, we're gonna start doing that.
They arrive back to the deck just
Hi.
about the time that the three other ship, well, that the other ship comes alongside. Let's have. I need here, Captain Sartell. I need Captain Sartell out here. All right. The Astral Elves, come on board.
Uh,
Joining you all on the stern of the Moon Dancer. Captain Asmadian says again to Tholene, Intended, you should not be here. You need to come with us.
I have told you I don't want to go with you. I don't know who you are.
Tholene, is everything okay? I'm
They
gonna
keep
step a
calling
bit
me the
closer.
intended. The intended. They're saying they need to protect me from something and take me away somewhere.
Do you want to be protected and taken away somewhere?
No, I think I'm very capable of taking care of myself.
Great. Seems like the lady has answered. I'm gonna need you to leave the ship.
Who is the captain of this vessel?
I'm the closest you'll be getting to the captain.
Captain Sartell says, I'm captain.
I'll step back. Closer to Tholi.
The elf says, Captain Asmodian says, by order of Emperor Zavin, this
Oh,
system
that's what his name
and
is.
its inhabitants are claimed for the glory and exaltation of the Zerixian Empire. The Emperor demands your unconditional surrender and service. Surrender your ship and swear your fealty, or name yourself an enemy of the Empire.
You're from who?
Captain Sartell says, I appreciate your submission and I thank you for stating your requirements
Maeve, can you
clearly.
mute for me, please?
Unfortunately, I'm unwilling to comply with your request.
Take that!
Captain Asmodian says, Lieutenant Jayla, Lieutenant Xanth, ensure no harm comes to the intended, but since they refuse to surrender, leave no other witnesses.
I'm going to step directly in between Dude and Tholine.
And we're going to roll initiative.
Oh, there we
Ooh.
go.
It is that time. Battle shall ensue.
Hmm. Are we putting it in the initiative tracker? If I remember how to do it. There it is.
Right click.
14. Let's see how.
Right click and then add to his initiative.
I accidentally came off the screen. I'm fixing it. Add to initiative.
On 170.
There you go. Oh yeah, let's keep up there at the top of the initiative, yeah?
Is it 12 that I got? Got 14.
I think you have to type it in.
You do have to type
Yeah,
it in.
just
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
typed 12 instead of 14.
Let me look at my stuff. What can I do?
Everything.
I can do all the things.
Whatever your heart desires,
Lies.
within reason.
Within too much reason.
All right. Vesta, you have the first action in the initiative.
Ooh, how exciting is that? Okay.
Oops. That's Captain Sartell.
Let me look at my sneak attack. Seems like I got a new thing with my sneak attack. Let me see where we are on the map. So I have a cool thing. I do not. Nope, that's the wrong one. I'll find it. Hang on. I have the swashbuckler thing. If I am within 5 feet of them, then I get sneak attack.
Huh.
And I am going. Who is the most immediate threat to Tholine?
I'm going to say probably Lieutenant Jalen, who is between you and Tholine on the map.
Okay.
Because she is closest.
Okay, and I am behind her, and Tholine is within, so I've got all kinds of cool shit for sneak attack to make that happen. So, I am going to pull my cutlass and slash straight across her back with it.
Cool. Roll to hit.
Let's kill her. I think I have advantage. 2.
Woo!
Roll the other one. All right, so it's going to be a 23 to hit.
That does.
Excellent. I am going to do 7 points of regular damage, and then I am also going to do 11 points of sneak attack damage.
That is 18 total.
18. Let me look at my
Carve across her back.
Love that.
All right.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to hit them with my offhand,
Excellent.
with my dagger. It seems like I had another. I'll look at that. Anyway, I'll look at that later. Let's stab them. Probably not with a 10, though.
With a 10, that would be it.
Unfortunate. It's my offhand. Happens.
The armor turned the dagger. It's a thing.
Yeah, it happens indeed. And then I am going to, gosh, I really wish I could pivot around them. That's going to be it for me for this one, I think. Yes.
All right.
That's it.
It's an interesting space you are battling in, isn't it?
I like it.
Next is Captain Asmodi. And the captain just has one good target handy, and that would be Lunadora. So she is going to make a couple of long sword attacks at Lunadora. That will be a 17. And
Say hit you, Maeve.
the second one is definitely going to miss. And in answer to does that hit Maeve? Maeve's AC is 18. So our Lunadora's AC is 18. So no, that 17 will miss. Okay.
Woohoo!
Woohoo. All right. That takes care of the captain and brings us to Deshawn.
I turn and look over at Thessa and I say, are we doing the violence thing or
It would appear that way.
fine.
You get to punch things. Come on.
I know.
Come on.
So
Great.
I am going to. I've got 55 feet of movement, just standard. So I want to try to see if I can just acrobatically kind of kip off of this ballista mechanism and land over here.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Okay. Good thing I've got advantage on acrobatics. It's still only a 10.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna
It's
say
upwards.
that you managed to get over to that side, but you got one of your feet a little bit tangled up in the ballista.
Okay.
I
Well,
think that'll not going to leave you a whole lot more movement.
okay. Well, I'm there, and that's ultimately what matters. So for my bonus action, I am going to, for the first time, going to channel the arms of my astral self. So I'm standing there with a foot trapped in this stupid mechanism, and I'm like, I'll get you. Oh, just you wait. And so I spend a key point, and all of a sudden, like this, basically a second set of arms grows out of my shoulders, and that are actually longer than my own arms. Not any more built than mine are, but that's fine. They come out, and everybody, well, not everybody, but any of creatures with my choice within 10 feet need to make a dex saving throw, DC 16.
Nice.
Let's go.
Do it. Well, that one's not going to make it.
What are you doing tonight, Alex?
Hmm?
What are you doing tonight?
But that one
The-
will. 'cause
Rolls.
it's
Oh,
plus
that was Amy's roll.
19. Okay, so we got Captain Az has saved, but Lieutenant Xanth has failed.
Okay, so the failure is going to take 2d6 force damage from the appearance of my manly biceps.
That makes
Nice.
sense considering where Lieutenant Xanth is located.
So that's 7 points of force damage to them.
Awesome. Love that.
And I just say, please leave the ship. We did not invite you over here. Uh, and so this is going to be a long turn. Sorry, I've got a lot of things that I must do. Oh, yeah. So then I am going to swing at the lieutenant and hopefully roll better.
Yes.
19 to hit.
Come
It
on.
does.
Come on, come on.
Alrighty. So that's 8 points of force damage.
Nice.
And I am going to expend one of my giant feats, or my giant ancestry. Hills Tumble. So if I hit a large or smaller creature with an attack roll and deal damage to it, I can give it the prone condition.
Ooh.
All right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I am then just going to kind of like put the foot that's not trapped on their chest. And then with my other remaining attack, I am going to swing on the captain.
All right.
Yeah, you are. Come on.
Nope. That's a 12 to hit.
No.
Alex.
And your little arm,
Bravado only goes so far.
as
Okay.
Lieutenant Zay shuffles underneath your foot, it makes you a little off balance, and then your blow misses. Right, does that finish to Sean?
Zane, so far
Yeah,
away.
I just glare and feel a little sheepish at the same time.
All right. What does Tholine do? Tholine is next.
So the one who is prone is Lieutenant Zant, not Jalen. One
Xanth
close
is
to me.
prone, not Jalen. Yes.
Okay, so I will do bardic damage on Jalen.
Bardic.
What's it look like? Tell
Is
us
that a
about it.
spell? Are you rolling to hit? Or are you casting a spell?
I'm rolling to hit.
Aha.
So 21.
Oh yeah.
It looks
Nice.
like just like I clap my hand and it's like a really loud sound that only the person I'm attacking can hear. And the damage is 5. Not that great.
All right. Every bit of damage helps.
And for my bonus action, I will give a bardic inspiration to Lunadora, which is D8, I think. Yeah, 1d8. And I'll just turn to her and say, "You're my best friend."
That's beautiful. All right. Well, that brings us to Lunadora's turn in the initiative.
Sorry, I have a very angry grandchild. I am going to go after. I'm right there at the captain. Let's just smack the captain around. Because that's what we do in this place. So I'm going to pull out my scimitar and make my first attack. And fail horribly. And then I'm going to make my
You
second
have the bardic inspiration if you want to use that.
Yeah, it's what, a D6 or a D8?
D8.
D8.
Okay, we'll try it. Maybe it'll. maybe it'll work. How do I roll just a single die here? There we go. Yep.
Click on the left. Yeah.
She's so mad.
So,
So that makes it up to a
angry.
13.
Unfortunately, that's not enough for the floating land.
I didn't think it was. Okay, I'm going to make my second attack. That puts me up to an 18.
An 18 will connect.
Okay, good. I'm going to hit, and I'm also going to cast Divine Smite.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do a Divine Smite.
Ooh,
So
Mine is 18.
18 total damage.
Beautiful.
And I will grin at him and say, honestly, you should have left us alone, but decisions were made.
Maybe not the right ones.
Honestly, he says back, returning the intended, that's the most important thing. The intended's presence changed everything here.
You willing to die for it?
100%.
She is my best friend, and you will not take her away from me. I am
Wish
sorry.
is my command.
For
Disappointment is a dish you will have to eat tonight.
Emperor and system. And if that finishes Lunadora, we're going to come to Lieutenant Xanth, who's going to
Bring it,
shove
Xanth.
Deshaun's foot out of the way and stand up from that prone condition, using that half of their movement.
Rude.
Super rude.
I'm standing here.
And then is going to make 2 longsword attacks against Deshaun.
Ooh. And miss both times.
We'll see.
Come on, come on.
That one is an 18 to hit.
Nope.
Ha ha! Nice.
Well, then I'm pretty sure that 13 doesn't hit.
Oh, nice.
Yay.
So both of them will miss as Deshaun dodges so nimbly and monkily out of the way.
Monkily. Good.
Captain Sartell's going to take a swing with the mace at Lieutenant Jalen and miss because Lieutenant Jalen moved at just that time, making their own attack. All right. That finishes the captain and brings us to Lieutenant Jalen.
Here's an idea. Maybe you should all get behind me because I'm pretty sure they're not going to hit me.
Oh, hon. We're fine.
Jalen's going to attack Thessa because Tholine's right. They're not going to attack her.
We're okay, hon.
And that would be an 18 to hit Thessa.
An 18 will hit.
All right, let's see. That's going to be a...
Hey.
Oh, do we have Aiden?
Come on.
Let me bring you in, Aiden. 1 second. We cannot hear you yet.
6 points of damage to Thessa.
I'll take that 6 points.
And
Join
for the
us, Aiden.
second attack to hit, she rolls.
There we are. Aiden, we've got you in. Say a few things for us.
And
Testing 1, 2. Testing.
Sounds good. Thank you. 6
a
points.
13 does not.
13
6 points
does.
of damage does not. Okay. Hey. All right. So do me this. Let us introduce Aiden.
Aiden.
Hi.
Yay.
Hi.
Rogast. When Rogast arrived in the kitchen, he found it filled with several refugees already engaged in a battle for dominance over the space. Their reactions to your desire to cook ranged from dismay to disbelief to careful politeness. One of the polite ones shoved a basket of ingredients towards you, saying, if you could find a way to cook something that doesn't require you to be in the kitchen, that would be so helpful. Perhaps somewhere on deck, so the odors don't add to the below deck miasma. Anyway, that would be incredible if you could do that. And that's how you found yourself standing on deck with a basket of ingredients, looking at your comrades in battle on the stern deck. Roll for initiative and let's place you in the order.
Join us. You don't even know why we're fighting.
I never do.
We're gonna win though, easy.
Well, D&D taking its sweet time.
And if you want to put a counter on the board, you can put it on one of the sets of stairs headed up to the deck that everyone is on.
I'm gonna have to set it up where people could be able to see our maps. I will work on that this week. Next time, we'll be able to see the map. Yay. We do have a really kick-ass pirate ship map, by the way. I know nobody can see it, but it's really cool.
Right.
I see it. It is amazing.
It is.
We're going to put you into the initiative, so get your token on there, right click, add you to initiative, because we are ready to start at the top of round 2.
All shit, son.
So that's perfect timing to put
It
you
is.
in. New round.
I think I did it right.
Okay. Yes, there you are, but I'm going to put you on the steps. You're going to have to come up from the deck. All right?
Oh no.
All right. And then just whatever you roll for initiative, we'll get you in the order.
I got a 23.
Oh shit, dude, right at the top.
Coming in hot.
Damn, you come in here and displace me like that. I don't appreciate that shit. That was my
Sorry,
spot,
sorry.
top of the fucking round.
All right. Well, here you are. Coming on deck. What would you like to do? Rogas.
Ah, fucking name. Stay. God damn it. Okay. What are we fighting? What's going on? He kind of like gets up the stairs, leaning on his staff to kind of get up there. Who are we fighting? What are we doing?
They're trying to take Tholene.
Aim for any pointy ears that are not Dolene.
Currently don't see any pointy ears. Okay.
Just hit them. If they're not us, they're them. Go.
Gonna do firebolt and see what happens.
Okay. Who are you attacking with your
On a
firebolt?
ship.
Lieutenant Jalen, Lieutenant
It's
Zaf,
fine.
or Captain Asmodian?
I'm gonna go with the Captain Asmodian.
Okay.
She looks important. And let's see. I got a 19 to hit.
It does.
Nice, nice. Come and do lots of the damage.
And you did.
9.
Nice.
Excellent.
Woohoo.
Nice, nice.
Scorched the captain badly.
Oof.
And nothing goes wrong at all.
Nothing was wrong. What'd you roll?
I rolled an 18.
Okay. Nothing goes wrong at all. All
And
right.
I'm going to my last thing I'm gonna move up to the captain and like get a little closer.
That's Captain Sartell. Captain Asmodian is the bad guy.
Correct.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure you knew. All right. If that finishes Rogas' turn, it's Thessa.
All right, I'm going to be flashy. I'm going to drop the dagger in my offhand, toss my short sword to my offhand, and I'm going to pull my cutlass this time. And I'm going to swing at this thing, and I have a really cool badass. So I am a weapons master with my cutlass. And when I make an extra attack of the light property, such as with my short sword, I can make it as part of the attack action instead of the bonus action. And I can do this once per turn. So let's start with the heavy hitter.
Mhm.
And let's try to punch her in the throat. Is that an 18 to hit?
An 18 will hit.
Ooh.
I will do 10 points of regular damage. And then, Jesus, 15 points of sneak attack damage. And I think, what can I do as a bonus action now? I am going to, let me take a look at the map. This thing kind of in the center of all of us right here. What is this? The circle in the middle? Can I get
I was wondering.
over it?
I believe
Or
that's
on
the-
it?
I believe that is the damaged, not functioning mangonel.
Okay,
Just don't have
Oh.
a mangonel.
got it. All right, cool. Then I am not going to disengage. I want this person paying attention to me. I think that's... Yeah, I think that's it.
All right.
I think that's enough. 25 points of damage. Come on.
That was awesome.
Come
Ooh,
on, that was good.
And Lieutenant Jalen
what a turn.
feels it as you sink that weapon deep into her side. All right. After Thessa, it's Captain Asmodian. Captain. Oh, come on, listen to me. Oh! The captain slips and has to stop and recover their balance before attempting their second attack. So no movement, but that second one, after finding footing, I'm pretty sure sinks true into Lunadora, who was been taunting, so will remain the target for the moment. And let's do some damage. And that'll be 3 points of damage as Lunadora deftly scoots aside so that it only scrapes across her bicep. Finishing Captain Asmodian, Deshawn, you're up.
Kabadash.
Okay. Well, not happy about Captain assaulting one of my new crewmates. It's just rude behavior. Um,
They
so
don't know how
I'm
to
just
act.
going to, pretend like Xant's not there and just focus on the captain and say, I will have to ask again. Please leave the ship and leave us alone. And I will. I'm going to, I guess, do some more punchy.
When in doubt.
15 to hit.
15 does not hit. Your fist skitters across their breastplate.
Still getting used to these extra limbs I've never had before.
We need to make a gap in your gown.
Yeah. Well, then I guess the 14's not going to hit either.
No, the captain
Alright.
does.
Then I'm going to spend a key point and flurry of blows because now I'm
Yeah.
just upset.
100%.
All right, 22 to hit.
And that one does connect.
No,
Yay.
so that's going to be 12 points
Come
of
on.
damage
Solid.
and
Ooh.
I'm going to use another usage of my Hill Giant ability to prone the captain. And then I am going to take my last flurry attack. So do I get advantage when they're prone, I believe?
You do.
Would have been nice like 3 swings ago, but you know.
Take it when you can get it.
And
Oh,
thank
yeah.
goodness I had it, because so 24 to hit.
Absolutely.
That's going to be another 10 damage, and I would ask you to kindly make a. No, there's too many things on the screen. A DC 16 con save.
Sure. No.
They are now stunned.
Well done.
Stunned. How long does that last?
Right in the face.
The start of my next turn. That last hit, I just put a little, because it's my extra attacks, it's my regular fists, and I just put a little extra sauce on it. Right in the old chinny.
All right. All right. Is that finished, Deshaun?
And I am done.
Thelene.
So, Captain Asmadian is prone.
Prone and stunned.
It's gonna do a shove attack on her. So I guess I can do it on Lieutenant Jalen. So since she's figured out that no one's gonna hurt her, she just starts shoving Lieutenant Jalen and just saying, "I told you and I told you to get away, get on your ship and go away, and I didn't want to go with you. Why won't you listen?" Until she falls down. And then she says, trying to take someone against their will, that's called kidnapping. And what you're trying to do is kidnapping. I don't want to go with you. So
You heard her.
She says back, intended. We only want to keep you safe. It's very dangerous here.
She is safe.
Not
obviously.
Not as dangerous as it's about to be for you. Can I attack her too? Like, would the shoving count as my bonus action?
We can count that as dramatic effect.
Okay.
You shoved
So
her.
I do a dagger attack on her.
Okay. Roll the hit.
And that is 10.
Yeah.
But if she's prone, can I get advantage?
Yes. If she's prone. Is she prone?
Well, I thought that if I shoved her 3 or 4 times, she fell down.
Well, it doesn't actually work that way. That would require making a shoving attack.
But a shoving attack isn't a bonus action then?
No.
I thought it was. Oh,
No.
okay. So I rolled a 10. That doesn't do anything.
So the dagger scrapes across her her armor near her belly, and she looks down at you and says, "Intended. We need to keep you safe."
I don't want to hurt you. That's why my dagger, whatever I did with the dagger was because I don't want to hurt you. I just want all of you to leave. Just leave me alone. Tell Dad that I'm fine and I'm, doing fine on my own.
You really need to come back with us, Intended. Speak to the Emperor yourself. Speak to the heir. I'm sure
they're gonna prison me if I ever go there. They're just gonna put me in some sort of lockdown.
Oh, I know.
Got out of it once.
The heir would never do that to you. The heir would never do that to you.
Sure, he'll never do that, but he'll send a bunch of people after me to capture me and bring me back.
Oh, we weren't here to capture you.
Also, that was just a great, happy coincidence for you.
We had no idea
And
you were
extra.
here. We had no idea you were here, but once we've learned, we're honor bound to keep you safe.
Pauline is realizing that going on that ship was a bad idea. That she should have just stayed on this ship and not tried to be friends with other astral elves.
All right, does that finish Tholene's turn? Let's go
Yeah.
to Lunadora.
Okay. How is the captain looking? Is she hurt? Is she still standing?
The captain is currently prone, so not still standing, but
Okay.
looks pretty rough.
Okay. I'm going to turn my attention, since she is prone, I'm going to turn my attention to Lieutenant Zant. Just kind of dodge around Deshawn, and I'm going to put some hits into her.
Okay.
I would hope a 24 would hit.
It does indeed.
Okay. And it does 9 damage. I'm then going to attack one more time.
Mm-hmm.
That is probably not going to do it.
It
14?
does not. She
All right.
dies with your second blow.
And then I am going to cast as my bonus action Compelled Duel. So the target creature is compelled to a duel, makes a wisdom saving throw. They need to pass a 14, or they have disadvantage on attacking anyone other than me, and can't move more than 30 feet away from me.
That's a 23.
Okay, it passes.
Okay.
And that's me, I'm done.
All right. That brings us to Lieutenant Zant. Lieutenant Zant had been focusing on Deshawn. And I think because the captain has been prone, she's probably going to continue to do that. So let's make a couple of quick attacks. That'll be an 18 to hit.
No, ma'am.
And 22 to hit.
That'll do it.
Okay. That is a 8 points of damage.
Is that bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing?
Slashing.
Alrighty, then I will burn my reaction to deflect attacks. So I can reduce the attack's total damage by 1d10 plus 9, so since it's less than the modifier. That should take it to 0.
It does. I need to roll some more damage, though, that I just didn't read far enough when I've been reading. Has anybody else gotten a longsword hit? I haven't hit anybody else with a longsword yet,
I
have
don't
I?
think so.
Good, then I didn't misread it. Okay, because you also need to take some radiant damage, so let me roll that.
Rude.
Sorry. And that'll be 10 radiant damage on top of that. So it's good to get rid
So
of
how
all.
much total was it?
It was 8 plus 10.
Okay.
8 slashing and 10 radiant.
Alrighty. Well, I did actually roll the d10 and got a 5, so I reduced 14 of that.
Good. Excellent. All right. That was Lieutenant Zant. Let's let the Captain Sartell try to attack. no, that's totally terrible. All right, Lieutenant Jalen is next. Lieutenant Jalen is going to attack Thessa. And slip.
Woohoo!
I'll go ahead and give you the prone. We'll call that as a result of the various shoving and the back and forth. Not enough attention was being paid when we turned to attack Thessa.
Love.
Standing back up and trying again results in utter failure, probably leaving Thessa laughing at the attempt.
Yeah.
That finishes round 2, brings us to the top of round 3. Rogast, you're up.
Right. So, I'm going to stroll over here, hobble, if you will. Get right there.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I'm going to look at Lieutenant Xanth and Captain Asmadian. Now, I do believe that the little lady said no. And it is very, very rude and not respectful to respect someone's wishes. At this point, I'm going to cast Sword Burst and a DC of 15 for dexterity.
All right, they're +2 to their dex, so let's roll a couple of dice.
Sword burst is fun.
Captain. That's a 16.
Well, I don't think the captain, if she's stunned, I don't think she can
Oh,
make
no, she
that
can't.
save.
Yep. So I guess that's 16 to Lieutenant Xanth's.
So if I get this right, it should be it's like 11, and if they save, it's half damage. Yes,
Is it a cantrip?
it is.
It's
So you
usually
get
all or
11
none.
11 damage.
Mm. Yeah, it is all or none. All right, that's
Sorry.
cool. Let's go.
All right.
These new 5e rules. I'm an old man. I don't remember all these.
I'm older than you. Shut up.
Does Rogus have any other things on his turn?
No, just scouring meanly like an old man.
All right, then. Thessa, you're up.
Okay. I have got this poor little lieutenant on her back at my feet.
You do.
Let's stab her in the face. Okay, so I have advantage on that, correct?
That is correct.
Beautiful, because she's prone. Advantage, I'm going to have a 19.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
What kind of damage you got?
Ugh, that was a shit one. I'm going to do 6 points of regular damage, and then I'm going to do another 9 points of sneak attack damage. But actually, I'm going to subtract the 1, so it'll be 8 points of damage. I'm going to sacrifice one of those d6s to add a toxin to my strike. So I imagine that it just, like a green bolt runs down from my hand to the through the blade and to her when I stab her. And she needs to make a con saving throw, please.
Love that. Come on. Listen to me, phone. Act like you're here.
Do the thing. Oh, okay. Never mind. That's okay anyway. And then I'm going to make my second hit as part of my action. That's going to be a 17 to hit.
It does.
Gorgeous. I'm going to do 11 points of damage with that one.
So, why don't you tell me how Lieutenant Jalen meets her death?
Oh, beautiful. So I imagine that she turns, trips, falls on her face, and then rolls to her back. And when she does, I am standing above her with my blades crossed. And when she lands, I just descend crossed with both of them and decapitate her.
And her head falls to the deck,
Yes.
still mouthing, not speaking because there's nothing to shove air through the vocal cords, but still mouthing, you can see, intended.
And then I'm going to chuck the blade up in the air and catch it when it comes back down and whirl on the other one. A little shrug.
Beautiful.
That's it.
All right.
That was fun.
That brings us to the captain, who is stunned, which brings us to Deshawn.
Yeah. I think Deshaun is going to look up at Rogast across from him and just say, "Oh, welcome, good sir. We're trying to get these people to leave kindly, but, you know, doesn't look like it's going to happen."
You tried.
Now, so I am going to turn back to the captain, who is no longer stunned because it ends at the beginning of my turn, unfortunately, but still prone. Um, and I am going to Hulk smash.
Do the thing.
Do the thing.
All right, a 27 to hit.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
And I'm just going to go ahead and roll some more attacks because right. uh, and then a 22 to hit.
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's going to be 13 points of force damage on the first one, uh, and another 13 points on the second one. How is she looking?
Like a good wind would put her down.
Well, good. Let's give it to her then. I'm just going to say last chance, and then if her since her mouth didn't open, then another 26 to hit.
Absolutely.
Freak! Not rolling great hits, but I'm rolling great damage. That's another 12 damage.
All right. So why don't you describe for us how you put an end to Captain Asmati?
I just, when she wakes from her, I see that she's focused again because you can't kill somebody when they're not really conscious. That's just rude. And so when I see that she's looking, and I just come down with the two big oversized astral fists and give her one more. I see that she's reeling. I give her that one last chance, and then when she doesn't speak, then I think with both hands, I just grab her head and then just pick her up and just slam her head into the deck. And then I just stand back up and I turn around to the lieutenant and just say, one more chance.
After Deshawn Distoline's turn.
Okay.
It was Deshawn done. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes. After Deshawn Distoline's turn.
So is Captain Jalen is the only one left?
Lieutenant Xanth is the only one left.
Oh.
Lieutenant Jalen, and Captain Asmodian are both dead.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk I have 30 feet of movement, so I'm going to move over here. Or can I move here where the captain was before?
You can stand on top of her corpse.
Okay. And if I cast Shatter on Lieutenant Zane, would it affect Lunadora and Deshaun?
I believe that is an area of effect spell, so yes, it would.
Okay. So, what about Bane? These are all area effect?
Read
Um,
Bane out.
Yeah, if you click on the description, you can read it.
Okay, so it says up to 3 creatures of your choice.
Yes.
But I only want to do it on one. So I can do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll cast Bane on her. And it's just, what is it? It's a charisma save, 15.
Nope.
Yay. So she takes. There we go. Some damage. The target must subtract 1d4 from the attack roll or save. So I guess I have to roll something.
Nice.
No, when the attacker attacks, we'll subtract a d4 from my attack roll.
Oh, okay.
From attack rolls and saves.
And saves.
It's really handy.
Yeah, it is. It's very useful.
So where does it say what the damage is?
It doesn't
There's
do damage. It helps protect your team and yourself from getting hit by.
Oh, well, that was dumb then.
by rolling
That was a useless
by
thing
subtracting
to do right now.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Because
It was a good thing.
she's the last one left, though.
So it makes it harder for her to
That's
hit
okay.
anybody who tries to attack them.
Okay.
Anything else on Tholene's turn?
Who's coming? Whose turn is next after me? So I'll give another Bardic to Lunadora,
Okay,
because her turn is going to be next.
absolutely. All right, Lunadora.
Yes. Okay. I still have Lieutenant Xanth, don't I?
Lieutenant Xanth still lives, yes.
All right. I am going to look over to Tholene and say, intended kind of sounds like they want you to get married, no? Do you have a
That's
hidden husband?
It's such a creepy word, isn't it? Intended, like they're forcing me into. Ugh. I keep
It is
telling
not my
them not to
favorite
do
word,
it,
that is
but
for sure.
I hate it.
I'm going to swing on Lieutenant Xanth. And definitely hit.
100%.
And how are they looking?
They're looking pretty rough.
I'm going to throw a Divine Smite into that hit. So 6 more damage, and I'm going to use my Channel Divinity to Inspiring Smite, which is going to give everybody 2d8. So 7 and plus 5. So everybody's gonna get 17 temporary hit points.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna swing at him one more time. Swing at her one more time. I believe 24 will hit again.
It will.
And a total of 10 more damage.
Beautiful.
Nice.
And does that finish Lunadora's turn?
I would suggest that you surrender now, please. I would hate to have to beat you all the way up.
Finishing Ludodora's turn brings us to Lieutenant Xanth. Lieutenant Xanth sets her longsword down on the deck and kneels at the lean and says, "Intended, my life is yours. Take it if you wish."
Oh my god, will you stop that? Get up. Go on your ship. Go away. We're letting you live, but please don't come back again. Don't tell my dad that you saw me. It's fine. You don't have to try to sacrifice your life to anyone.
She stands, puts her weapon away. "On my life, I will not speak to your father, Intended. I will
Thank
relay
you.
to the heir your decision regarding this ship and its inhabitants."
Thank you. Can I heal her?
If you want to.
Oh, let's see. Hope this doesn't come back to bite us. But I will cast Cure Wounds.
As you're casting Cure Wounds, you see.
24.
Wow, that's awesome.
Mhm.
You see an astral elvish high priestess appear on the deck of the Star Moth, surrounded by about a dozen plasmoids.
Oh no.
She says, looking at Xanth, "You have failed. The Empire has no need of your service. Your wishes will be relayed to the heir, Intended, and to the Emperor.
Thank you.
Be warned, the Emperor may wish to speak with you personally."
Yeah. Are you. You've relieved her of her duties. You're not gonna kill her now, are you?
"Do with her what you wish." And she takes the ship away.
So,
Ah,
do we need
shit.
another person on our ship? We can use her as another hand on the ship. We need more crew, people.
I'm gonna turn to Dash. We keep picking up strays.
Excuse you.
Sorry.
Who are you calling strays?
Not you. Never.
You act like this is not part of how ships work in the
Your
first place.
Your Highness intended.
Please don't.
Yeah,
Never want to hear that
Fuck.
word again.
I will grab the captain's body and just drag it by a leg over to Thessa.
Oh, just toss it over. It's fine.
Well, I don't want to go through her pockets, but I'm sure she's got some.
Oh, I will. I'll search her pockets.
And I'll go back over to the spot where she met her end, and I will start like polishing the deck, trying to clean up mess.
Oh.
100%. She has a long sword, a long bow, and she has 60 gold and 10 platinum in her purse.
Woo! I'll hold out the weapons.
Lieutenant Jalen, I'm assuming you're doing the same thing, also has a long sword and a long bow. She has 40 gold and 5 platinum.
Fuck yeah, I'm rolling in it. Drinks are
Lieutenant-
on me.
Lieutenant Xanth has remained on her knees, head down, in front of Tholine.
I
"My
told
life
you to get up.
is yours."
Just get up and stop doing that. You're making it creepy. You're part of the crew now.
It's really weird.
So we're all equals.
Lunadora will offer Lieutenant Xanth a hand. A hand up. Come on, come on.
Lieutenant Xanth will rise, but has eyes only for Tholine and is only responding to Tholine.
I'm going to have to get over that. Ugh.
Yeah. If you're gonna
Tolene, I know
be-
you love attention, but this is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
this is getting a little creepy. Like I'd understand if you had a crush or something on me, but don't do this.
Pretty sure everybody does.
Oh my god.
Excuse me, Lieutenant
Make
Elfboy.
me blush.
What does this intended thing mean? Is she really meant to marry the heir of the Empire or some nonsense?
Well, yes.
Why?
I don't like to think about it.
Dolene, you did not tell me you were royalty? We could have
It's-
gotten much better accommodations.
It's an embarrassing part of my past I don't like to bring up.
Being a
It's just
princess
lot
is
of
embarrassing?
trauma. Yes, there's just so much
I would
trauma
have
involved.
so many crowns. Do you have
It's
one?
just-
Can I wear it?
I didn't bring it with me,
Damn. Why?
but I guess if I'm gonna see my dad, maybe I'll ask him
Ah, that's a great idea.
to give me one of.
Send him
one
a
of my
message. Hey,
crowns.
Dad, if you're coming this way, bring my crowns.
So wait. One more question.
Hmm.
If you know these elves, did you know that that was gonna happen? And she points down to where the planet, the direction we came from for the planet was. Do you know what that is?
I actually didn't know these elves. They just know me because they know my dad, I guess. See, that's what I don't like. It's like everyone thinks they're your closest friend, just because you're royalty and famous. Everyone just wants a piece of you and thinks that they know you. When nobody really knows me, they're worshiping somebody that they don't even know. It's not fun.
Former lieutenant,
Sounds like it'd be
what
fun.
was the crystal things?
The seeds?
If that is what the crystal things are called, yes.
They're astral seeds.
Pretend like I do not know what you're talking about. It's not hard. I do not know what you're talking about.
It's intended. Am I to spill state secrets?
Yes, of course. Nobody cares about the state. Come on,
Except
out with it.
No sense. Everyone cares about the Empire.
Yes, but you have been disbanded, disbarred, disillusioned, otherwise
Did you-
removed.
Did you see how fast they turned on you? The second you were not useful to them anymore, you were dispensable. You want to live in a place like that where nobody cares about you unless you you follow the rules, and if you don't, suddenly they want to kill you. It's
I
called
believe it was
fascism.
done on purpose, intended. I believe I was left here to watch over you until the heir could be notified and other decisions could be made.
That is
Don't
not
make me
what it
regret this. Don't turn out to be a spy. You just saw they were about to kill you, and we saved you.
Intended, I will answer any question you ask.
Don't call me intended. My name is Tolene. You can call me Tolene. What are these astral seeds?
The astral seeds are the means by which Zaraxus expands its empire.
Ooh.
We seed systems, and over the next several weeks, the vines will grow, and then they will transmit the energy of this planet and all of its beings to Zaraxus, directly to our sun.
Oh my god. That is much more sinister than I thought.
In the process, the planet will be destroyed, broken into pieces, rocks, asteroids, more easily for us to mine its precious resources, all for the betterment and expansion of the Zaraxian Empire.
That
What about
sounds
the people that live on that planet?
really kind of immoral.
Yeah. So now you know why I didn't want to be part of that empire anymore. Be the intended. You haven't seen this person that they were trying to marry me off to. Like, not only all this fascism stuff and, getting mining resources from other planets
Just gonna
and
kill everyone.
destroying planets everywhere.
Right.
That person, so fucking ugly. I don't
Right.
want to marry that.
Oh, that's not true, intended. Pierre is the most beautiful man ever.
No.
Any woman would be so
No.
lucky to
Oh.
marry him.
Well, why don't you marry him then?
I was not lucky enough to be chosen. I'm not of royal lineage.
You take your
Only
rose colored
cousins.
glasses off and see things for what they are. Also, can we get rid of these vines somehow? Is there some way to just kill this plant so it doesn't destroy the planet?
No. Once
Are you
once
sure? Is that a
once a
state
planet's
secret?
been seeded. No, once a planet's been seeded over the next few weeks, the vines will do their work.
Weeks.
There's no way to stop it.
Weeks. Oh, that's not much time at all. Well, what should we do?
We should leave before the planets begin to break apart. All of the planets here have been seeded. We just seeded the sun as the last thing before leaving.
We've
This
caused this.
sun? He just said the sun. Or she just said the sun, correct? That's what I heard?
And all the planets.
Oh.
All of them in the system. What do we do? How do we get that many people out of here? Where do we take them?
Oof.
Oh my god.
And we only have a few weeks to do it. Oh man.
Well, we should find somebody who knows the details of these seeds. Sounds like we might have to take you home.
Yeah. Maybe it's time to meet Dad.
We
Have
could
a
just
little one-on-one with him.
drop them off on at their footsteps. It's their problem. They created this problem and it's going to destroy this planet, so they have to deal with them the way
More
that
They're
than this
not going to be
planet.
kind to those people. They're going
No.
to kill them.
Yeah. They would just set them off into space or something. Or
Yeah.
enslave them or something terrible. We should probably put the refugees somewhere out of the way. Amy, am I familiar at all with this area of the the galaxy or the system?
Not really. But Captain Sartell says Rock of Brawl's the closest.
Oh, it is over here this time of year. Okay, we should probably move there then. Take them there and then figure out from there. Does that sound good to you, Captain?
Thotlead, how long would it take to get to your home from here?
How far away is it? I don't even remember where it is anymore.
Long way, and you're not much of an astral navigator, so you're not in a real good
Happy
space to
baby.
answer that question, I don't think. But you can
Do
make
you
that point.
do you know a way to get in touch with the Empire with my dad? My intended.
We could have taken the ship that just left if you had been willing to get on it, intended.
Yeah, that's true.
That means
That
we can
is
take this
true.
ship.
Should we follow them?
I think we should get rid of the refugees first.
Captain Sartell says, I'm sorry, my ship is going to the Rock of Brawl to get rid of these refugees and get rid of the cargo. And then if you would like to try to go to some other space, I can try to point you in the direction of people who might help you with your astral elf quest. How's that sound?
Deal.
We only have a few weeks, Captain. But okay, I guess the refugees.
I think-
We don't have a choice.
Well, if we get If we get to Brawl, it could be that I could reach Captain Boondock and we can see if maybe we could get a ride from them.
Mm.
If they're here.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know what happened to my ship.
Cap Sartell says, I'm gonna go tell Flapjack to
Yeah.
restart our course to Brawl. Any of you, we're gonna be a good day. Any of you spellcasters want to learn spell jamming? Flapjack said to let you know he's willing to give you a crash course.
Yes.
Spell jamming.
I'll try anything
Yes.
once.
It is the process of driving the ship.
Aha. I totally know how to do that as Thessa, and knew that as Thessa.
Yeah.
Does it affect the health of the driver at all? Because there's two people on this ship that should not happen to.
It just drains your magical energy a little bit. It doesn't actually
It
hurt you
requires
physically.
spellcasting ability.
Okay.
Oh, I have a little bit.
I'll be into it.
I can
Captain
do this. Light.
Suggests that after your battle, you might want to have a rest before you try to learn a new skill or discuss further who you might deal with on the rocket ball. She'll do some research on that for you while you have your rest.
Yay.
Gorgeous. At that point, Amy, could we take a quick 10-minute break?
Absolutely. And then you
Perfect.
tell me what else you want to do before you rest.
Excellent. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Okay, yay.
for like at least a good part
Let
of
me
the.
pause you for just a second. I'm so sorry.
Hmm.
Thank you for pointing it out in the chat that we didn't have audio. So I apologize. I'm going to learn how to do this stuff one day, I swear. Anyway,
All right. Yeah, let's
please,
back up.
yes, let's back
So,
up,
yeah,
please.
so Lunadora is going to pull Thelene aside and is going to say, okay, so you weren't going to tell me any of this?
I have blocked that entire part of my life. I didn't remember when they first started saying intended. I didn't even know what that meant. For a lot, like a good portion of the time, I just thought they meant I was intended to be the ruler. And then I later realized intended meant that I was supposed to marry someone. And then I remembered the worst part of it.
I
They were
mean,
forcing me to marry this person.
technically, if you do marry him, you would eventually be a leader. But,
But
no, I
that's a big,
understand.
made like a really huge price to pay.
Yeah.
I
No, they
am not
seem
doing.
terrible. They seem awful. Um,
Mhm.
are you okay? This is a lot to take in.
I think so. Physically, I'm fine. They didn't really hurt me at all. But
Well, no, I
emotionally,
would have taken their heads off.
I'm pretty devastated to realize that your family is causing so much destruction. I don't know how to deal with that.
No, that makes sense. But you have my sword and my ear the entire time, so we'll get through it.
I mean, I feel at some point I might have to kill my dad.
Well, that is a tall order,
Yeah.
especially if he's in the middle of a whole bunch of elves in the middle of an empire.
Hmm.
I think for right now, the key is trying to stop at least part of this thing. So
Yeah.
I'm going to, when we get to Brawl, I will talk to see if I can find my old captain. Maybe we can
Yeah.
use them as a way to get out of here.
Hmm.
Maybe they know something. They're the ones that left me a message. So,
Yeah. In the meantime,
um,
we try to save as many people as we can.
exactly. That's what we do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad I'm here too. But we will we will make it through this. For now, you should probably get some rest.
Yeah.
And Luna will climb her way all the way up to the crow's nest, where she
Mhm.
promptly starts snoring.
I'm going to
Celine will
go.
make a fuss about how her bed is not soft enough. Like whatever, however much she tries, she's still a princess. She's like, I need something more. Like this isn't soft enough. Can we put like two or three of them together?
Lieutenant
I might
Zant
need it.
goes out of her way to find and make whatever Tholine wants for her bed with what limited materials are available.
Thank you. I'm
Rogas,
glad I saved you.
what does Rogas do?
Um, Rogas is going to like look through his bags and see what kind of random scraps of food that he has, and tries to throw something kind of makeshift together in his what would I like to call it? His pots and pans. What was it, the ready bake from
Hmm.
back in the day?
Yep.
Ready bake pans.
Mhm.
He does have that basket full of ingredients that they sent him out of the kitchen with.
Does anyone feel any particular way of anything? Um, he'll start making. He'll start making like a roast as best as he can with what like a little bit of meat and probably something along the lines of like a meatloaf, more or less, and like maybe fry some potatoes in some of the dishes, and you just see him kind of smoking a pipe and fretting over the dishes, and then making sure his party is fed first and foremost, and then start offering to other peoples.
Is this the bear meat from the other time, like the other day?
Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to.
I'll tell you what, though, since we have like the captain keeps talking about flapjack, the guy, I'm kind of in the mood for some flapjacks. Can you make some?
For you, princess, anything.
Oh, thank you.
He'll work on some flapjacks for you.
Bessa, you're still on?
Yeah, I'm gonna go find Dash. For sure, wherever he may be. Where is you?
If I've cleaned everything up, then I've probably gone back to the prow and just stargazing.
Well, I will come and plop down next to you. Hey,
Hey, you.
you alright?
No, but when are we ever?
We're always alright.
Fair enough.
Yeah?
Sure.
So stop acting weird. They were just messing around.
Oh, oh. Well, I'd almost forgotten about that.
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
I can absolutely tell. They're just
yeah,
new. They don't know us yet.
I know.
We don't know
It's
them
fine.
yet. She's a fucking princess, dude.
Yeah, that's so bizarre.
It is.
I don't know. Have how many? I mean, surely like the families run across these people before. I would
I
think.
mean, not alive normally.
Oh,
But, you know,
fair
sure,
enough.
I guess. But, like, this one's alive and kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about having an enemy on the ship that's now a friend, but not our friend.
Oh, come on. It's going to be
And
so much fun.
I
It's going to
I
be
guess.
so much fun. Imagine the adventures that we are about to have. Having some sort of empire chasing a princess across the galaxy.
I mean, that's awesome,
It's
but I mean,
right.
it's
It's
like,
awesome.
how are we going to like? Do you really think we're going to save like this planet or the people in this system? I mean,
I
they're
mean,
gone.
we're sure as hell gonna try.
Yeah, but
But what?
I just
This is what we do. We find things that are exciting and we do them.
no, that's true. I mean, I definitely want to help everybody I can.
Yeah,
That,
you're gonna do
that's
great.
not it.
You always
It's
do.
just I appreciate it. But, I mean, I don't know. I I, I kind of feel a little awkward about doing the stuff and the things
What
like
stuff and things?
uh, the weird like arms and
That was
stuff
so
and
freaking cool. When did you learn how to do that?
kind of then like I mean I've been thinking about it I guess for a while now, but I don't know. I thought if you know the whatever the fuck it was that decided to talk to us,
Right?
if it could reach out like that, I mean, why can't we try to reach ourselves? You know,
Yeah,
I spend enough damn time looking at these stars. I might as well try to grab one or two of them.
for sure. We're gonna see them all.
I hope so.
But
Amazing.
I know that's kind of new to you, and I don't think I've shown you this before, so don't freak out. Okay? Check this out. And I'm gonna stand up, right? And kind of from the same place that your astral arms sprouted from, I am going to erupt these big white feather and gold wings.
Holy shit.
See, we can both do it now.
Nice.
I know, it's pretty cool. I'll hover a little bit.
I mean, I do have kind of one more thing, but I felt like I kind of showed my whole ass out there
No, come
earlier.
on. What do you got?
So I'll like look around where make sure nobody's watching, and then I'll activate my what's it called, my giant or what's a loser.
Your what's a hoser?
Yeah. Um. Oh, where is it? Oh, it's just aptly called large form, but basically for like 10 minutes, um,
10 minutes.
I change my size from medium to large. So I just still the same proportions, but I'm just now approaching like
What
actual
the
giant
fuck?
size. And the whole time I'm doing it, I'm like crouching lower and lower.
I'll
So I'm
fly
trying to
up
like
higher. I'll fly higher so we can stay at
make sure
eye
other people
level.
don't see.
I know I'd had my like small little I can kind of zerp wings before, but these are like,
That's awesome.
no, I'm gonna get right up there with you too. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Oh, this is gonna be so much fun.
I know.
Yeah, I'm
Excited.
exhausted. I'm gonna go to bed. Are you staying
Fair
out
enough.
here?
Yes, ma'am.
I think I will too. And we'll find somewhere to curl up with a big view of the sky.
With good food prepared by Rogast, good conversations amongst some of yourselves, and a good long rest. You wake up having a decent sleep. The first one that you've had, mm, it really seems a long time ago that you were in the feast and swill. Yeah, that long. So you arise. How would you like to break your fast, Rogast? How are they going to break their fast?
I think it's gonna be kind of traditional. I think it's gonna be eggs and bacon and flatbread more so than toast. But and why not throw some beans in there? Make everybody happy.
For breakfast? That's weird.
Only if you weren't raised that way. And he
I
just kind of like
wasn't.
serves it up on like a platter to everybody, and then just kind of, if you want it or not, he gives it to you anyways.
I don't know what the bean. No, don't. Ruin the whole
Not too
place.
late.
Lunadora will stretch very big and then jump off the crow's nest, spread her arms so that her wing flaps kind of extend, and glide her way down, um, plopping herself directly like in front of the food bowl and grinning at everyone. Are we feeling better today? How are we? More positive? Okay. I will take the sounds of eating as a yes. And he'll kind of like bump Tholin's hip and say, "Oh, excuse me, intended."
Oh, don't
You
make
know
me
you
regret coming up for breakfast.
oh, you know that you're not getting around that, right?
I'm gonna have to find someone quick and just get married. so no one can call me intended anymore. What are we eating? Oh, beans. I do like beans. I'm gonna take a whole
Not
bunch of
beans
beans.
for breakfast. Why?
It's so good with toast and butter.
Morning intended.
Oh,
Are you?
is everyone gonna start doing this?
Absolutely.
Oh, you're never getting away from this one.
We all intend to.
Ha ha!
That's actually funny.
It was. Dash is funny. It's not bad breakfast, man. How long it's gonna take to get to the ruck?
Do I have an idea about how long it takes?
Let's approach that this way. How many of you want to go get spell jamming lessons, and how many of you want to go talk to Captain Startell about distance to the Rock of Brawl?
I'll go see the captain, considering I do not do magic.
I'll do the
I'll-
spell
As will I.
jamming.
I will also go to the captain.
Okay, so
Am
I've
I the
got
only one?
Tholene and Rogas going to the spell jamming lessons, and
Yeah.
Deshawn and Lunadora and Thessa going to the captain. Let's spell jamming lessons first. How's that sound? Tholene and Rogast. This is a flump.
Go
Oh, so
slightly to
cute.
your right. Yeah.
Flump.
Oh,
This
Yay.
is what
Flump.
Flapjack looks like. He's wearing a little pirate hat, sitting in his
Oh.
spell jamming helm.
Not appetizing at all.
He's my favorite NPC ever.
It helps to have a visual. What can I say? All right. Flapjack is happy to teach you the rudiments of spell jamming.
Hmm.
First, you sit in the chair.
This is gonna take a while. Sit down.
Then in the chair, you got to attune to it.
To the chair?
Yeah. Feels like
Okay.
pins and needles. You ever
Mhm.
had a limb go to sleep?
Oh yeah.
That's what it feels like. All the time you're
Hmm.
spell jamming. It's a little irritating. So if you're a spell jamming pilot and you're cranky, people need to understand.
Hmm. So for like hours, you're just feeling pins and needles? I'm
100%.
rethinking this. Okay.
Now, you can use this spell jamming helm to move the entire ship through space. Air, water, whatever, up to the speed the ship can go. And if you're one of us, you can move it fast enough to travel 100 million miles in 24 hours.
Wow. So one of us is a flapjack?
A pilot,
Oh, okay.
a spell jamming pilot.
Hmm.
It only needs an action for a spellcaster to attune to a spell jamming helm. Getting a spell jamming helm, that's the hard part. You can make one if you know the spell and you got all the components. I can teach you the spell. And so Flapjack spends a little time teaching both of you the spell. Create spell jamming helm.
The more time I spend with him, the more I like him. It's my favorite teacher.
To be able to actually create one, you're going to have to find or commission a crystal rod worth at least 5,000 gold pieces, which will be consumed by the spell.
Mm-hmm.
But you will be able to make it look however you want your chair, your helm to look when you design it. I know
500 gold pieces, you said?
5,000 gold pieces, I said.
Ooh,
Yeah.
expensive. Okay.
Is that per cast, or is that just for the components once?
That's to create one helm once. Now that helm exists once you've created it, and you can use it. It essentially creates you a wondrous item that is a spell jamming helm, and then you can use it.
It's very cool.
I thought you liked that. Just takes focus. So just practice your focus. Practice. Get a helm. Practice. Without a helm of your own, that's about all I can teach you. Questions?
Well, we can't really cast it right now, right? We can just focus.
If you got the components, you can cast it.
Don't think I have that much gold.
Neither do I.
Do you have one of yours? Like, do you have, what's it called? A crystal rod of yours that we could practice on?
I use mine to make my helm.
I guess we're done then until we can buy or get a crystal rod. But the focus is helpful. Would you like me to do a little dance for you? I've just learned.
I'd love that.
Okay, so Tony starts doing this weird interpretive dance that nobody but him understands.
As it watches.
I'm not gonna dance for you. No one wants to see that.
One of the tendrils kind of creates a thumbs up position in Rogat's direction. All right, we will end that scene with the dance, and we will go to the other three of you with the captain, Elena Sartell, on deck with the two of you because don't want to be in there for the lesson. Yeah. Rock a brawl, right?
Yeah.
I think Commander Crux might be able to help you. You guys know Commander Crux? Any of you been to Rock a Brawl?
Yeah, of course.
No.
What self-respecting Hadozi has not been to the Rock?
You familiar with Commander Crux by any chance?
Am I? Is this a name that I know?
I don't know. Make me history check.
I can do that.
See if you've met Commander Crux in your history.
13?
Let's see. I'm going to say you do know the name Commodore Crux, that maybe you've seen him in the Happy Beholder.
It is familiar. I can't say that I have ever talked to the man, but I do think I know him.
He's a GIF.
Yeah. Commodore, I assumed.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, big GIF. Yeah, I think I know we can. I think I know we can get to him. Do you think he will have a ship?
I don't know if he'll have a ship or not. I only know him by reputation. But I think he'd be willing to help you with whatever it is you decide to do with the Astral Elves.
Do you happen to know Captain Vola Boondock?
Yeah, I know Captain Boondock.
Yeah, she was my captain for many years.
Yeah. What's your nickname?
Do I have to tell you?
You don't have to, but I know she gives them all a nickname.
She used to call me Twinkle Toes.
Twinkle Toes.
Yes, listen. There was an incident, it involved a plasmoid, it involved glitter, and I got. Yeah. Let's just say there was glitter all over the rigging for like 2 weeks. I was only a baby. I was only like 14.
Glitter, though? You can never get rid of that stuff.
I am aware. But when a plasmoid drags it onto the ship.
Do you hate it when that happens?
They should keep it internal. You know they can. They just choose not to.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So how long do you think it'll be before we get to the rock? I'm still not quite sure where we are. I haven't been to this part of the system.
Not too much longer. Maybe 8 hours or so.
Oh, that's not nearly as bad as I expected.
Nice, relaxing day then.
How about Captain Dreadmore? Ever heard that name?
Starwake?
That's the one.
Yeah. Well, at least I know you guys have served under some good captains. You got skills.
I would not be much of a Hadozi if I didn't.
I wouldn't be much of a first mate either.
Well, I know why you're good at your job now. As you're talking about this point, Tolene and Rogast exit the cabin and come up your direction. And then the ship slows unexpectedly. Around you, on all sides, colossal chunks of rock float in the void. Some of them are overgrown with vegetation, while others are bare stone. Creatures resembling jellyfish and rays glide through the spaces beneath them and between. Captain Sartell looks about uneasily. Plenty of places for pirates to hide. And as if on cue, a vessel lurking behind a nearby asteroid comes into view. Its enormous spiral shell merges with an open bow, beneath which long tentacles wave as if caught in an invisible current. Sartell sucks her breath in through her teeth and whispers her next words. Mind flayers. And with that, we will end tonight's episode.
Oh, let's go to credits. Don't go anywhere. my gosh, we are back. I'm gonna fix that to where everybody's cameras will come up really quickly. I don't know why it does that. Oh man, what a session. Amy, I'm gonna toss it to you for our stars and wishes if you'll start us out, and then you can toss it about.
Sure thing. Oh, stars tonight. You,
Oh shoot, we lost you.
Mhm.
Sorry,
oh,
we lost you
I'm
for just a second. Come back. Say it again. Stars and wishes.
I think tonight I have to give it to Nita. I mean, I
Thank
threw
you.
intended at her, and she handled it so amazingly.
Thank you.
Hooray!
That was wonderful. Tell us your wishes for next time.
Oh, wishes. I wish to have everyone here and another amazing session.
That's a
Mhm.
great one. Who would you like to chuck it to?
Let's chuck it to Nita.
Nida, stars and wishes, please.
Thank you for that, Amy. I think my star would go to Alex because the way he kept saying, "Don't be rude," was just so cute. Like
Please
the
leave.
giant Goliath who's like so strong and beating people up, and then he's like, "Don't be rude. Get it. You can please leave. Please leave us alone."
Please
That was
leave.
really adorable. And I think my wish is as well for everyone to be here next time so we can all play together. And I will give it over to Lizzie.
Oh, thanks so much. I love doing stars and wishes. Oh man, jeez. I hate to be a broken record. I'm gonna chuck it at Nita as well. I really, and I feel like this episode was centered around a lot of your story, and you really took it and absolutely ran with it, and the attitude of it, like. My favorite bit when you're like, okay, but I'm not gonna do that, so bye. Like that was oh, absolutely brilliant. No, thank you. I loved it. Wishes. I can't wait to have all of us back here again. Hopefully, it will be next time. Um,
Yes.
yeah, I can't wait. So I'm gonna toss it to Aiden.
Yay! Um, so stars, I kind of came in a little late because adulting. But I think I'm actually gonna give it to Amy because she had the first like holding her own and um just kind of got the first kill and stayed in battle and was like I didn't have to worry about that end of the combat. Um, as far as wishes, I wish to not be an adult anymore. How about that one?
Amen to
Don't we
that.
all?
Adulting is lame. Don't like it. Aiden, who would you like to toss it to?
I think I'm gonna cost it to Maeve.
Maeve.
Okay. My star. Oh,
Oh,
it's a hard one tonight. I
I
think
know.
everybody had a great session. I was kind of absent through the combat because I had grandbaby aggression. Um, but I think I'm gonna give it to. I want to give it to both Lizzie and Alex because the interactions were great. But I think I'm gonna give it to Lizzie this time. I
Thanks.
think that I really liked the interactions between Tessa and Dawson and Deshaun.
Dash.
That's the word.
My dash. You don't get to call him that.
Yeah. And how they kind of interacted. They're really like a fun counter to how Thelene and Lunadora are just unhinged with each other. So yeah, I have to give it to Lizzie. As far as wishes go, um, I I think I'm just excited to see where it goes. Like I'm like, oh, that's now my best friend is a princess. Like that changes everything
Royalty
for
on
Lunadora.
board.
Lunadora is now going. There's so much more to this story. I am excited. So,
Excellent. So, last but not least, Alex, give us your stars and wishes.
Um, let's see. Definitely. I mean, it's all so awesome and fun and hard. Um, I think I'm going to go. I think my star's going to go to Maeve. I mean, Lunadora's just a treat.
We
Right?
love Lunador.
Um,
Everyone
and
loves Luna
you
Dora.
know, you get bonus points too for you know being a trooper of managing to be with us and also wrangle such tiny little person.
An angry tiny little person.
Yeah,
That's how it works. If you're a tiny little person, you're
yeah,
inherently angry. That's
yeah. Fair
physics.
enough.
That must explain why I'm so sweet then, because I'm very tall.
You got to figure it out.
Yep. Um, and wishes are much the same. I hope we can together soon and completely, and I'm super excited to see where all this, all these background sprinkles are going to take us.
Yep.
Absolutely. This is a fun
Glad
game.
that, glad that you're having such a good time poking around in our pasts.
100%.
We handed you the knives, didn't we?
Yeah.
Please use them. All right, well, I guess that's it. We have things happening. July the 5th is Hedge, and July the 6th, I think, potentially, we'll be playing Rookwood over on Foxtail Games. And we've got Shiver Gothic, and we've got another one or two special guest GMs in the roster. So things are happening, and you should subscribe and follow so that you don't miss those things because we're awesome. So, anyway, we'll be back soon. So, we will see you next time. Okay, everybody say
Thank you.
goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Break it down now, break it down now.